Hello, guys. Welcome to the podcast where we friends talk about world views with respect to India. Uh, today is a, today is a special episode where we'll only talk in English. So, guys, let's dive onto our first topic. Our first topic is crisis in Nepal. So there has been a terrible incident in Nepal where the Gen Z students, young students, are protesting against their government, and earlier the protest was more or less peaceful. Then it took a violent turn, and now they have burnt many government offices like Prime Minister's office, Parliament, Supreme Court, and many other private properties also. Actually, the main cause, the immediate cause is, I think, all the people all are saying is the government banned the social media app, uh, uh, because earlier a law was passed wherein they would have to make an grievance officer, and they would have to some law, and where they have to comply some norms that the social media companies didn't comply. So they banned the apps. When they banned the apps, all the Gen Z people are very dependent on this app for their livelihood also, and for their entertainment also. So the anger, the spark, the anger was there, but there was a spark, so it became wildfire now. So guys, what's your take?
Yeah, it was quite shocking and surprising to see like Gen Z people coordinating together, getting together and coordinating at such a large scale, and yeah, mobilizing and becoming violent, torching Supreme Court, Parliament, and whatnot. So quite shocking. I think it's a bit sad. We saw some parallels in the Bangladesh case. Like there was a
Hmm.
similar protest sparked by some other reason. There was underlying anger against corruption and in general the lack of um, government actions
Go.
on most of the like lack of government focus
Yeah.
on their population, and uh, Bangladesh case also turned into it became violent, and then eventually Sheikh Hasina had to fly away, and then so the same thing is happening here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it also shows the power of social media platforms. So the spark was social media. I think the government rolled back on that social media
Yeah. Yeah.
ban,
They're all back.
but
Hmm.
it was already too late to stop the
Yeah.
protest. Um, but it also shows that any sovereign government can't just one day ban this social media sites. The social
Hmm.
media has so much influence and so much control over the population that you can't just wake up one day and ban them, even if they don't comply with your law. So the Nepalese government had a strong case that these apps are not
Hmm.
complying with their law. Maybe the hidden agenda is not the law compliance. The hidden agenda is
Yeah.
to maybe suppress dissent and whatnot. But
Yeah.
still, they had a legitimate
Hmm.
reason, right? And still, that was not enough. And so this also shows the power of social media and these big companies. Uh, yeah, that's what I feel.
Yeah,
Mal, what's
I
your
would
take?
like to add here that no, one more thing which we observed, as already Nikhil mentioned, that it doesn't start with violent.
Hmm.
It started with a protest, but if you see, the government didn't listen much, and they had a lot of putting the tear gas, and they were also resisting a
Hmm.
lot, which again triggered the youths basically. That was also one of the key thing, that there was also a very harsh response from the government as well. What was observed,
But
and
they had to restrain in some way. They had to control the population in
yeah, but
some the protest in some
that's
way, right?
it didn't happen
Yeah, but
earlier.
they.
Like now also they are
y-
controlling, right? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
post sober
They
confusion.
they shot someone point
Yeah,
blank. Many
yeah,
I think
Oh.
as young as 12-year-old kid was shot.
true, true.
Before the violent turned, before the protest turned violent, you mean? Before that or after that?
Then it
He,
got violent much more. Like then
yeah, then what was
it,
much more.
so that was
Yeah.
like one of the thing which we saw, and also maybe like then as Nikhil also or Nimish also mentioned, many underlying issues were used. So one thing, they started. I was reading much more of nepotism. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's one
They
of
have
Hmm.
this
is one
hashtag
of
of
the
Nepo
corruption and
kids.
nepotism. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
that is one of the thing, and also if we see this, they were also looking for the freedom of speech, taking social media as a, again like where we can have our open
No, that's a fair
voice.
point. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Hmm.
so banning them is like, you don't want to speak, you don't want us to, have our voices. So I think it went very. I think it got escalated too much, I will say, because getting into the parliament, burning it, and it's like next level. And the youth is doing, which is Gen Z. They are not very high, not that much age also. I mean, just
Hmm.
entered
They're
into
young.
the
Hmm. Hmm.
employment kind of thing. So
I think it's pure
they are
anarchy.
also.
Like they don't really know what they're doing. They're just doing
Hmm.
it for the sake
And
of it.
how
Like they're
they are
just
getting influenced, I
angry.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just rebellious with the without cause, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
with a cause,
Yeah.
but so many people are without a cause.
Yeah. And without a proper plan or an end goal, they don't have
Planned.
any
Yeah, yeah.
goal. They're just
Exactly.
going and
Exactly.
burning, like burning parliament. Like you have to rebuild it, right? And that has to be rebuilt with taxpayers' money, and there will be again corruption
Yeah.
in that as well. So
So,
it's there is
no sense. Yeah.
no nothing positive will come out of it at all. And like many people have died, right? I read that one of the ex-prime minister's wife died because their
Yeah.
house was
Oh,
burned, and so all those
Uh,
kind of,
he was attacked. Yeah.
she was in the house and the house burned, and then she died, I think. So also I
but
think many Indian tourists died. So I think today morning they burnt a hotel, a
Yeah,
famous
yeah. The Hilton Hotel.
oh my god.
Hilton Hotel, and there were
Yesterday.
even Indian tourists there, and they tried to jump from fourth floor, and some people died that way. So many people
Died.
died
Yeah.
also.
I
They
was
don't have a
also
game
reading
plan. They're
somewhere
just
that the Indian
chaos.
journalists who are there, they are not being that Nepali citizen are very much, you know, kind of aggressive towards Indian journalists also. Whoever were
I
there,
think they
I
have
saw
some
one of
memories
the
of the Nepal
reel like
earthquake
that.
when the Indian journalists went and asked silly questions to people whose houses
Oh,
were destroyed in the
okay.
earthquake. So they have some bad memories of Indian journalists from the past. Um,
But
yeah.
yeah,
I read somewhere that they are now voting for the next prime minister or whoever, the interim prime minister
Hmm.
on Discord. So all the Gen
Because
Zs are
of
getting
yeah.
together on Discord and then choosing their next prime minister that way. They also proposed a name, I think, who was the ex. I think she was the first female
Yeah, yeah,
Nepalese
yeah.
prime minister.
Sushika,
Yeah.
Sushika.
Yeah,
She also
She already
supported
got.
their cause.
yeah. So
She's
she
already now
had, so they
interim PM, right?
interim
Or they
PM,
are
but
Hmm.
yeah,
already she got approved, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think nobody's there to approve. No, it's just whoever
Okay.
Gen
Yeah.
Z decides is the next interim PM is the next interim PM. There's no Supreme Court. There's no Parliament. Like, who will
Okay.
oppose? Like, there's no authority to oppose their claim. Uh,
Actually, I read somewhere that this burning of Parliament building, government offices, and Supreme Court has somewhat an hidden agenda where all the files is also got burned. So they don't get they won't be liable for any deeds because there's no proof now.
yeah, but I don't think Gen Z kids are really. They
Not
will have this
Gen
motive.
Z. Yeah. No. Actually, what I read is there's an there's a there's a Gen Z protest is there, But the politicians, people are burning the same, burning the building.
Right.
To
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah,
There was a breach at a jail as well, and many inmates yeah, escaped
yeah,
in a
exactly,
jail as well.
exactly.
So I think other people
Oh,
are also
so what
trying
is
to
there
Yeah,
or what?
make
exactly,
use of this
exactly.
opportunity. Yeah,
Yeah, as you said, just complete anarchy.
yeah, complete anarchy. Yeah, but I think this is bound to happen. Like it's surprising that Gen Z kids are so much active in this protest, but
Mm.
similar thing happened in all the other surrounding countries. Like Sri Lanka, something
Yeah,
similar
Sri
happened.
Lanka,
Bangladesh
Bangladesh,
happened. I think even in India,
Maldives.
I think the Anna Hazare movement was a similar kind of a protest, but it remained
Hmm.
peaceful, thankfully. So I think after
Hmm.
every few decades, something like this happens if there is no
But
real change in politics.
uh,
But I think
when I
the
yeah
yeah, more good.
when I read about this, no, like because like the president, like prime minister, had to resign and all. I also correlated with India, but more of that farmer protest. Somehow, like when the three laws came, no, somehow it got, we
Mm.
tried to, it didn't
Yeah,
escalate that much. But I was just like surprised that such a protest can turn around the government in a day. Means I don't
yeah.
know from how long it was. The voice was there about instability in the government or like that. But no, I was like surprised with that. So like the same
But
case
that's the power
can
of
happen
protest,
in
na.
India also.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
I
yeah,
think things escalate
it's,
pretty quickly in this kind of violent protests, and it goes out of control. The military, the police can't control the people, and it escalates very quickly within a matter of hours, a few hours. Yeah, the prime minister has to either run away or resign or do something. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty quick. But I was
but
surprised that
how come?
there was no control at all, like the military or whatever could
Uh,
not control the situation at all.
they try to control where they fired, open fired, and some people
But
died,
that's not.
and they got more angry.
Yeah, but that's not the right way of controlling. No, like you have to use some other measures to calm the people
Yes,
and
a
basically,
defensive model.
like I think tear gas and all those like water cannons and all those
No,
measures are there. So like just firing
that
kids
no, that
on
was
like
used basically.
point blank.
That
Yeah,
That was also used,
that
yeah,
was used, and that was also making them more aggressive.
angry.
yeah. But if you use it effectively, eventually it has to stop at some point. Like yeah, I think we don't have all these surrounding
But
countries don't have
if
the
you see one
capabilities.
more thing, like if you can just see, like since those are more of youth, like if you just think, okay, one thing is about the unity or how the people are coming together. But if you see the age, since the age is so, within that Gen Z, like it would have been like 20 to 25, 25 to. So maybe that age is somewhere like the people are like if you see the higher age like more above 30 or like that, they would be more like okay, let me do focus on my things, you know they would be
Yeah,
supporting verbally but not joining the protest kind of thing. Today if we have some protest nearby, okay, we may have one side of opinion, but we have our own things to do and all.
we are too
So
busy
we
to
may or we
care so
means
deeply
to be very
about
frank,
these
to be
causes.
very true,
Yeah,
because we have
yeah,
130 crore, okay, so but not
yeah,
everyone goes and joins. So but
yeah,
they
Hmm.
have one of a side chosen, but they don't go and go into the streets because they have their own like they have some, they focus on that thing. But if you see this
Yeah,
age,
yeah.
maybe that is also one of the reason why so many people came on the street, because it's so difficult, or it's like very different to think like so many of the youths are coming on the leaving their things. So maybe like they don't want
Maybe,
to do college and all, maybe
maybe
they can leave.
it's the reason or it's the cause. Because the youth don't have to do anything because they're unemployed. They can easily do protest.
But not everyone would have been all unemployed. Maybe the age level itself is
Not
like that. They cannot think more of future, right? Means they are
yeah. I think in that
thinking in a
young
way,
age you are
but not an
too
immediate future.
impulsive,
yeah.
and like Nikhil said, like rebel without a cause. You want to rebel. You want to show your anger towards someone, but you don't have a real cause. And if somebody can tap into that rebel and
Hmm.
anger, and if somebody can coordinate and mobilize that anger, then
Hmm.
good or bad things can come out of it. And in this case, I don't know if it's good or bad, but definitely bad because people died. But something good as well because now somebody in the Nepalese government has to listen to these folks,
Hmm.
take them seriously, and do something about it.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Actually,
think lot
when
of
you look
pressure.
at
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, Nikhil.
when you look at the all the protests which are happening around our subcontinent, right? The Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, more or less Mauritius. All the main point is corruption in the government. The main central point. Here also, Mayur pointed out that I think Nepo babies. So it was trending on TikTok and Instagram that the sons and daughters of politicians are living a very lavish life, and the Nepalese common people are living in abject poverty. And when they are faced with some earthquake, they don't have food and shelter. So people see this and they know the son of the politician didn't earn it by his sweat and blood.
Yeah.
Obviously, there has to be the corruption. In the Bangladesh case also, I think the Sheikh Hasina
Yeah.
government was highly corrupt. In the Sri Lanka also there. So our subcontinent has this problem, this corruption
Yeah.
problem.
Even the Anna Hazare protests that we had in India
Was
was because of corruption. The
corruption.
sparks are different in all the cases. Like in Bangladesh
Yeah,
case, that Sheikh
yeah, yeah,
Hasina's government passed the law
yeah. For
regarding
the
reservation for the reservation. I
reservation.
think. Yeah. So
But
the
underlying
sparks are
that was
different.
also starts a different. But
Yeah.
cause underlying cause
The
simmering
trigger.
tension was
Yeah.
trigger.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
Sri Lanka, it
Exactly.
was more of inflation and again unemployment. Right? In Sri Lanka, it was more of
Yeah,
inflation.
Yeah,
inflation,
inflation and unemployment. But I think corruption also, they also see the
corruption also
corruption in
there.
the government, right?
Hmm.
So that's always there. That reason is
Always
always
there.
there. How about Pakistan? I haven't heard of any protests because of corruption in Pakistan. There was this Imran Khan, when Imran Khan was jailed, there was a big protest there. But that was just in support of Imran Khan,
But
not really for corruption.
in Pakistan, can you really protest? Can you really do peaceful protest?
Like
I
if
don't
they really
know.
want to, I think they can get together. Like for Imran Khan, they did, right? There was a violent protest for Imran
But
Khan. So
there was a rally, I think. It was rally, na?
yeah, not a very large scale protest like
No,
what we
Hmm.
are
when
seeing
they
in
went
Nepal.
to capture him, maybe at that time, lot of people.
Yeah. They were his, I think, supporters, party
Mostly.
supporters. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised that the people are not protesting against military, whatever is happening there, the military corruption and the mismanagement by the
Exactly.
military. Yeah.
That's why people there are leaving to Germany, Europe,
Yeah, they just leave. Yeah, they just leave the country.
UK,
Yeah, yeah. They just
and
leave the
saying
country.
that and please give us asylum to us.
But that
The
option is
Indians are
always there
also
for
giving them.
Nepalese and Bengalis and us, everyone, right? So, but people still protest. Yeah, people still protest, right? Yeah. I think we will see.
Hmm.
Who knows? Yeah, Pakistan
Maybe.
is next. Maybe. Who knows?
But only thing what we know,
Or maybe India is next. Who knows?
Maybe India is next. Yeah, who knows?
India is next.
that's what I was
After
mentioning.
the
Though,
Trump tariff, maybe there's so much inflation. I don't know.
I think the cycle. I think is the cycle continues. Actually, in the UPA, the start of Manmohan Singh government, they came to the government in the plank of I think we'll replace the system, lower we will remove corruption and all. But in the second or third term, they become corrupt, and the BJP came and they said we'll remove corruption, and now there's corruption in BJP also. So this cycle, I
Yeah,
think, I don't know what's the how can we
I think
solve this
whatever
problem?
we are saying corruption means we are not like just in a case like if you see the previous cases like with respect to Bihar and all, those are like proved corruption. The case the that 2G scam,
Bihar
the
and all, I'm
the
not even
Commonwealth.
saying.
No,
normal
no,
central
See,
government का
no,
corruption.
no. Yeah, that's what Mayur is also saying about the this 2G scam and
means what I'm
the
saying,
To this
those are
scam.
like
Commonwealth.
actually proved corruption.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Now, day-to-day corruptions means since you are saying BJP is also corrupt in that aspect, I'm saying. So we need to have like one case, like this particular case,
Yeah,
as you
but
mentioned about Commonwealth, 2G spectrum. So something like that needs to be linked, or else like generally everywhere the corruption persists.
what about this? What about this? I think yeah, ethanol 20 का corruption.
yeah. I
No,
think that
What
that
about
could be
this?
a spark. Huh? People
Yeah,
are
that
sort of
could be a
angry
spark.
with
Yeah,
that. Yeah, that could be a
people are
spark.
filing RTI. Who's the the director of this
yeah,
company, that sugar mill? Yeah,
definitely that
let people. Yeah,
I think
leak
people
will
gets
have been
frustrated
done.
with incumbency. If the same
yeah,
government is there for a very
incumbency.
long period, and if you don't see any change, and if you lose faith in that those people that are in power, I think
Hmm.
that underlying frustration blows up at some point.
Yeah.
It's possible, yeah. People are getting
But
frustrated
now,
with
if you
BJP, and
see,
at some point,
in the same way,
it
if
may
I'll
blow
say,
up.
yeah,
Yeah.
I will also add like one more thing. If you see now, like somewhere like earlier we had a lot of like if you see about the ratio, even like the supporters of BJP, they are also now a little bit turning to neutral. I will not say
Yeah.
like
Exactly,
completely
exactly. The
going to
tables are
Rahul Gandhi,
turning
but I'm saying
slowly,
because
slowly but surely.
somehow,
It's
yeah,
turning
Yeah.
slowly, but somehow like
Yeah.
Rahul
slowly,
Gandhi,
slowly.
due to
Exactly,
XYZ reasons, there can be multiple reasons behind it.
100%.
So,
Hmm.
I
but
don't think Rahul
somehow they
Gandhi
are at
has
least
anything to do
turning to
with it.
neutral now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people
Rahul.
are not
Yeah,
those who are
No, no,
turning to neutral are not supporting Rahul Gandhi. They're just
Rahul
frustrated
Gandhi.
no, that's what.
by the
Not
current
supporting Rahul Gandhi,
administration.
but somehow,
But yeah, yeah.
but it seems like
I
he is
think
also one of the main thing I think behind this.
corruption is not a big problem for the current government because I don't think anybody believes that Modi is
Mm,
corrupted. But Manmohan was
correct,
also
correct.
not corrupted. Nobody believed Manmohan was corrupted, but still there was problem. I think, yeah, because Modi doesn't have a family and so on. So there's a very strong, clean image for Modi.
Yeah,
He
maybe.
may be incapable of achieving good things, but he's at least not corrupt. That's what people
Yeah,
believe.
yeah. The top leaders are not corrupt, but the system uh, which
Yeah.
they are running is corrupt because
Yeah.
you can see it in the daily life. Actually,
But I think people still believe that Modi will control these lower people who are very
Mm,
corrupted. Like at least, like they have this belief that Modi is under control, Modi is under power. In case of Manmohan Singh, it felt like Manmohan Singh didn't care or he was not
hmm,
in power at
yeah,
all, and
hmm.
all these lower level ministers are just exploiting him.
true.
But in case of Modi, that's not the image. I think still.
But still, he also has his political compulsions. Na? He can't take
Yeah, people know
actions.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. People know that he has to be friends with Adani and Ambani and so on for
Mm-mm.
getting party funds. But I think people have accepted that
If you see,
as
the
as the
RSS
rule.
just recently there was some ceremony of RSS also, where the RSS
Mm.
chief was mentioning that we also have quarrels kind of thing. Means that was like like one of his sentence become a headline. Like they were
Mm.
like but like he was like a neutrally saying that but whatever is there within Modi's hand, you know, like he is doing, but it doesn't mean that we are always on the one side, you know.
Mm.
So he has his own constraint, and we also have our own views and
Yeah.
points.
But I think
So
RSS always tries. They always try to portray that they are not BJP. Like BJP is
Mm.
separate from RSS, and they want to remain separate entities. Like they don't want to mix these two together because I think it doesn't help BJP either. Like if you mix
Mm.
these two things, many people support BJP but not really RSS and so on. So
Mm.
they want to keep them slightly separate. And RSS say that they are the ideological inspiration of BJP and something like that.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
mm,
so it makes sense that Mohan Bhagwat or whoever is the RSS chief will try to say that, yeah, we have our own differences.
true.
Exactly.
Um,
Exactly. I also heard some interesting conspiracy theory. that I heard that what has happened in Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, all our in Indian subcontinent neighbors, there's some invisible hand of a certain foreign intelligence agency.
Yeah,
How about that?
completely possible. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe possible.
true.
I
Because I
I
think
think it's
somebody, these Gen Z folks, like they are really the foot soldiers, and some older folks are also there, and they're also
there. Yeah,
somebody is organizing all these. I don't think a
somebody's
young
organizing
18-year-old is actually organizing and mass mobilizing. So there are hidden players
hidden players.
who
Exactly.
are actually mobilizing these folks, and they could be linked with foreign intelligence agencies. But did that Prime Minister Oli did he pass some? But like, was he anti foreign country? This for like was he
No,
anti India, anti US, or anti China?
Yeah. I think he was anti-India and definitely anti-US also. I think US wanted to build its airbase or something earlier,
Hmm.
but they denied.
Hmm.
That could also be a spark, but it's obviously no government will want other foreign player to set up its military base here. So
That was the
that
same, the same blame also for the Bangladesh. Like people also had the same conspiracy theories for Bangladesh. The same thing happened.
maybe same
I
thing
think Sheikh
happened.
Hasina denied a base, an air base or a naval base to the US, and
Mm,
within a few months she was out. But
my God.
yeah, I'm not sure if
maybe
yeah,
maybe not
I don't think we have any information to prove or
information.
disprove this claim. Yeah. I think there was some minor skirmish between Nepal and India when that Chinese Indian trade thing was opening up. Nepal
Hmm.
claimed that it's really Nepalese area, that trade
Yeah.
pass. Yeah, I
There
think that's
was
a minor, that's a really minor
minor.
thing. I don't
That's
think
yeah.
that can cause.
No. That's not the reason.
Yeah, yeah. I no, I think this is more organic. This is I don't think it's there is any conspiracy behind it. It looks more organic.
Mm,
Somebody is mobilizing all these folks, but probably Nepalese people, not somebody from outside.
Hmm. Sure. So, guys, do you want to add anything to this topic?
I think that's enough.
the only
We have to
thing is
wait and
Okay,
watch.
youth has a lot of power, and they can turn around anything. That's what
absolutely. Youth has
that's what
a
it
lot
comes
of
to.
Yeah,
We cannot undermine them. No one
yeah.
knows
All
how.
this.
It's like too much. And it's too much eye opening.
Yeah, I think if you don't use youth in the right way, all this underlying energy comes out somewhere. Like if they're not employed, if they're not doing the right thing, they'll just do something, and most likely those
Hmm.
something that something will be bad. Yeah, you have to keep them
Exactly.
busy, keep them playing PUBG or keep them scrolling TikTok or something
Hmm.
like that. That's the lesson
Exactly.
I think for all
Give
the
them
governments.
jobs.
But
Don't make them completely jobless.
actually, when you said this, earlier we talked about banning the Instagram, Facebook, this for the home play to emerge. But now I think seeing this, I don't know.
Yeah, these companies are too powerful to be banned. You can't just ban them.
Yeah,
Your
but
own
but
people will
but
not accept that.
yeah, but you can't predict what second order, third order. Even if you ban, you can't predict what's gonna happen. So
Yeah.
it's very it's I think I opener to me what this social media thing can do. I think, but I still think India needs to build its own social media stack by whatever way, by giving incentive, by giving tax cuts, everything you can do.
Yeah.
But I think banning is not the solution. You
It's
got to have
I think
competition.
it's feasible once you have an alternative. If
Yeah,
you
exactly.
if you ban and there's no
Today,
alternative, then it's just vacuum,
and
and people
it's
don't
not
Vacuum.
related to this,
don't
but
want
today
that.
I read a very interesting post on LinkedIn. Maybe not completely related to this, but there was a with respect to India and US. So what the post was about, like it was having a photo of top 10, US richest person and their industries, like in which they are working, like suppose Mark Zuckerberg,
Hmm.
Meta, like that, Larry Page, Google, Nvidia, and then on the left side, like it was India's top 10, billionaire or whatever you say, and their industries. So then in that it was like clearly shown that okay, Mark's that no Elon Musk, it was like somewhere around 400 billion or something. It itself is like more than combined this 10% India's thing. But
Yeah.
what was the good statement in that is like, so don't only see these numbers, see the industries also. So what was the good point in that is like, if you see the Indian industry, it is more, means all those 10 were more related to the traditional industries,
Yeah.
oil, no metal, heavy metal, all those things. Okay, none of the tech industries. And if you see on the right
Hmm.
side, it was all the new age,
All tech.
tech
Yeah.
and all things.
Hmm.
So so it's like what was there, like it's a journey. So now once we get into this tech, because over a period of time we will be getting, that's what the post said basically. So
But
then the
are we
Indian,
sure
after
we
some,
will get there?
yeah, we will be getting, because it starts with traditional, and that's what it mentioned in a way. So it starts with
Yeah,
some
but
traditional way of thing, and then it goes into the tech journey.
but
So
we
though we
we
are
were in the
behind,
same place where Brazil was in 1970s and 80s. Brazil was the India of that time, and people believed that
Hmm.
Brazil will be the next big economy at some point. But it got stagnated after a point. Like there is earlier phases of growth when it's growing at 10%, 8% year over year. But after 10 years, like if you don't have a proper plan of how to reach the next phase of development, you may not reach there. Like it requires focused efforts from government and everything to reach
yeah,
to that next
definitely.
level of development.
But like if we know
Uh,
Oh,
like where we need to enter, right? So now like
also,
once
Mayur,
that
Mayur,
why I'm
you
telling is
said,
like it is, I'm correlating with the Nikhil's that India should have its own social
yeah, yeah.
media stack and all. So
yeah,
I
somewhere
understand the
there
point.
both
Yeah,
line.
I understand the point. But
So
more, if we don't support our industries and if we don't control the outside industries, the competition is so fierce and they have such deep pockets that we'll not be able to develop our own. Like the coup, for example. Many Indian investors invested in coup, but still it didn't succeeded because the X is already very powerfully entrenched in our ecosystem, right? So
but
that's not
see,
level playing field. That's not level
if
playing
you
field.
see, suppose I will just give an example of Zoho. Okay, so I'm not saying like it
But
is very
yeah,
global,
yeah,
very, but still how it's definitely beyond India. It has spread its
yeah,
uh,
absolutely.
and
no,
It's
Nikhil,
very good,
we
but
got into tech companies. No,
and it
like I
has
think
also
social media is
replaced
the
many.
only remaining field, but we got into um, Geo.
we
Yeah,
got
we got
into
into
tech.
Ola.
We got into tech, but at the lower level, I think.
No,
Yeah,
I
the
think
basically
Ola
outsourcing.
and no, Ola and
No,
Flipkart and those are not low level. I would
Okay,
classify
that
them
more
as
tech.
of
proper
Okay.
consumer,
tech companies, right?
but it
Zoho
is
is
more
also a tech
consumer
company.
related. Our companies are completely, but definitely
Consumer
all the
Like
related.
big companies,
I think we could not
all
crack the social media thing, but social media, as Nikhil said in previous episodes, it has a very strong
Social
network effect.
media.
So
Social media.
social media, um, and there are new social medias popping up in other countries. So it's not like it's not doable. Like
Yeah.
TikTok and like there's this Blind, there was
Uh,
Quora, Reddit, and all these. There are other alternatives, social medias in different countries and different in different domains. You don't have to be Instagram equivalent. You don't have to
yeah, yeah,
be
yeah.
exactly same as Twitter. You can just carve your own niche and then yeah,
Build on that.
try to capture the market there. Yeah, uh, yeah, we are not able to do
but
that.
now this AI can help or not in this. It can be build more more faster, right? Means I don't know. Somehow someone
Yeah,
can be helped because
but I don't
some
think there was a lack of human resource in India. I think there's a
Hmm.
lack of vision and lack of courage to try that maybe. Because we had good people who can build something like that. We still have. Like it's yeah, it's not the lack of software code monkeys. Uh, we have all those
yeah.
code monkeys. Yeah. Somebody
So
has
it's
to
like now we can
try
go
it.
more for try and error. Like since if the time
Yeah.
is less in that way, so someone can try, can stop, can try like that.
But other folks in other countries will also try, right? Also you and also
Yeah.
these companies will also become more and more efficient, more and more faster. So
See,
you have
but
to
if you
catch
see now,
up to them.
I don't know about you all. Like definitely now, like what Facebook did is like they acquired all the competition kind of thing.
Competitor. Yeah.
Instagram, Meta, also
Merger and
Instagram,
acquisition.
Facebook. But if you see, I don't know. Like when I was in the college, I used Facebook at that time. Now I
Yeah.
like don't even open it in a way. Though my parents use it, my parents they don't open Instagram definitely. But
They
we,
open
we are
Facebook.
more
Yeah.
into now Instagram. But what
Hmm.
like suppose if Facebook would have not acquired, then it would have been completely different. Kind of it would have been dipped in a way. Can be, we don't know. So maybe
Yeah.
like those kind of things, strategy is also required maybe.
Yeah, I think
Like
American
if you
companies are
want,
really good at acquiring smaller
uh,
fish in the pond and like keep
they
growing,
know
keep
like
growing.
if
Yeah.
someone is going to
Eventually, yeah, all these
uh,
markets turn into a duopoly or something like that, where there are two companies, three companies, maybe they've
and I
acquired
will
all the
add
small
here one more
players
point.
and
If you
yeah.
see, there will be many news. Like I will not say very big company, but if you see the Indian small startups, they are also getting acquired by different big companies.
Yeah.
So maybe like that can also happen. So since our founders are there, they may start tomorrow one social media, but they will get an offer and then they may sell it. Since that is one of a
Yeah, yeah.
founder thing that ultimately they
And I think
want to
that's
get
not bad. That's
more money.
fine. Like, yeah, every company doesn't
That
have to be
that's fine.
No,
a
but then
big,
it
Actually,
won't be like Indian social media, right? If it
yeah,
is bought. Since similarly
uh,
like Flipkart was bought by Walmart, so now it's not Indian, whatever.
yeah, yeah, that's fine. But we at least created something of value of 20 billion worth value, right? Flipkart was bought for
hmm,
19, 20 billion. So
Mm.
I think that's a success.
that's a success.
But and
I
I don't
agree.
think so we have to obsess over social media. It's okay that we don't have a social media equivalent. It's fine.
Do
We
you
just have
know?
to
Do you know why?
do.
Do you know why I obsess? Because in this day, data is the new oil. So the AI, all the future, this system will require loads and loads of data, and who has all the data has an upper edge. Right now it's US. So that's why I'm thinking about this. So I'm pondering.
Yeah, but look at OpenAI. OpenAI did not tie up with like it had tied up with Microsoft, which does not. This is not a social media company, right? And it is at
Hmm.
the cutting edge of AI. And I think there are other sources of data that these people figure out. Uh, they acquire data legally, illegally, in all by all means,
I
and
read now, like just recent, like just today only, like the nano banana. Now everyone is creating their miniature, kind of in front
Yeah.
of a desktop. They will have their
mm,
toy kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it was like that, like since like everyone now that prompt is also getting viral. Everyone is circulating that prompt. Use this with your photo.
mm.
And that's all. Like one of a video was there. Like this is again like they want to capture your proper photo and everything. So no, that's why this is all happening kind of thing. Since
Yeah,
it's more about the data again,
yeah.
images.
Google, Facebook. They have unlimited data. Like, yeah. And definitely, it's a differentiator. If you have all that data, then yeah, it makes a difference. But I don't think, yeah, uh, we have to obsess over one category. Like we just have to do something in tech. Keep doing some things
Yeah.
in tech.
Correct,
Like,
correct.
yeah,
Sure. 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 So, guys, let's close this topic and let's move on to the next. So, the next topic is GST reforms 3.0. The government has changed the GST structure, and now earlier it was 0%, 5%, 12%, 18%, and 28%. Now they are cutting that to 0%. Uh,
12%.
and more कितना है? 0,
5 and 12. 0, 5
0,
and
5, 0, 5 and
18.
18, 18. 0, 5 and
5, 18,
18%.
and there is also a
And
40% thing,
40,
but
45?
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
There's also
yeah.
40%
Only
for the
5,
sin
18.
goods.
5, 18. Yeah, 0, 5, 18 and 40.
But yeah, so typically
40
5 and 18 is for all the goods.
is
Like
for
0
all
and
the
40 is
goods.
really
So
for
all 12,
yeah,
12% was
specific
brought
goods.
into 5 kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Mm.
28 was many of that was either
Mm.
now 18 or 40. That 28.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mostly the items in the 40% tax bracket are mostly sin goods, like
Yeah.
cigarette and
Yeah.
cigars and all, pipe smoking,
And
etc.
those were already at 40%. So there
Yeah,
was
yeah.
28% GST and then there was
Actually,
12% cess
says
before as well. So those were already taxed at 40%. So there's no
40%.
change really
Yeah.
for them. Yeah.
30, 38%, 38% I think was there.
No, it was 40%. So
40%?
almost, yeah,
Yeah.
28% GST and 12% was cess.
12%
So
was
it was
cess. Okay.
almost 39, 40% even before. So there is no change for them. It's just now more simplified, only GST, like no
Same
cess and this and
items.
that. Yeah.
Actually, what is cess? The cess is tax on tax. What you get on 20%, in that you add to a 12%, not on the original balance. So that will come out to, I think, yeah.
No, but that it was not 12% on 28%. Maybe it was more than that. I think.
Okay.
Maybe I'm not sure. Um,
Okay.
but in any case, like, why do you need tax on tax? Like, that's just why. Yeah,
Why do
this
you need
complexity
cess?
is. Yeah,
Exactly, exactly.
there's just GST, one tax. That's all. No, so yeah, GST was brought to simplify all this VAT and this and that, and so now we are also again complicating it with cess and this and that. So I think this is a good step. Just
Good step.
simplify it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, guys, what do you guys think? Will it benefit the economy? Will it benefit the people of the economy? That is us.
Yeah. Even I think now a lot of money will be flowing in the market. I think.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
only worry means or else I'm skeptical is like how much the company will pass on because they can give
exactly,
the best
exactly.
price.
Yeah, yeah,
Though then I read also like they will have some like they have some of the people in the government or in the GST team like who looks that all
yeah.
the benefit is passed to the customer.
Fast. Yeah,
And
yeah,
my
yeah,
worry is
yeah.
like
No, but
due to
that's not the
competition.
job of the government, no? Like that's just market.
No. They
Market will
no
figure
no
out.
no.
No, but
Yeah,
they
due to
do, but
market,
it's
due to
pointless.
competition,
Yeah, like
due to
it has to happen
competition,
with
it can.
competition, right? Yeah, like
But see,
yeah, if there is
but
no tax now, market will eventually drive the price below its previous level. It has to. Yeah.
yeah, but if you see in other way around, if today people are already used to buying some particular,
Yeah,
they have their
maybe they
customer,
rig the
Doesn't matter.
prices.
and
Doesn't
Maybe
matter.
the
they,
price is not
maybe they
attractive
form
at them.
cartel. Maybe they form the cartel.
Yeah, like yeah, there is a possibility of cartel, but I think that's
So they
those
won't
kind of
pass
cartels
on
are
that.
in
What I'm
for
saying is,
very specific goods. You don't have cartels for general goods. I think generally there are so many players in the market. I think it's efficient enough to drive the price to
see
its
now if
actual level.
Let me give an example. Suppose the common people use, I think, the detergent. Let's take the example of detergent. Yeah, the major players, I think maybe only two three players in the mass market segment, wherein they produce cheaply. Let's say suppose 100 rupees per kg. Right now it's 28% GST. Assume let's say the government has put it to 5% GST. Nah. imagine if both the dominant player does not cut the product, but some other local player cut their product, but still their product is costlier than this 100 rupees. So
But
by all means, it's the cartel, na?
if there's a cartel, what stops them from even increasing beyond 100 rupees, beyond 200 rupees? If there's a cartel, then nobody can control the cartel, right?
Nobody,
Cartel can
yeah,
just
yeah.
charge. But that's
Yeah,
not the case, right?
but
We're assuming that it's
but people are like the Mayur said, people are used to pay some amount like say 100 rupees. They are paying 100 rupees now. If the
that's
even if
Yeah, means
no,
I'm
say,
not saying something will not pass. See, like as a I will say like as a business person, or like as an entrepreneur, as a company, I will say. So they may, like, if they got a 5% benefit. So now if you see, if you see about auto industry, some of the auto industry is like claiming that, okay, we are going to pass full benefit. They are
hmm,
claiming like that before getting this, before 22nd September. So somehow, like, because it doesn't happen, it's not like a full benefit need to be passed on. It depends on them. GST will be, going down, but if they increase their price, every company wants to increase their price over a
yeah,
year
yeah,
over
Mayur,
year.
but I got your point.
So
But
in
no
a way,
government can really make sure what's the really true value of that product to that company. What's their cost of manufacturing? Like every company, the price of every product is really driven by market. Nobody can drive that price unless there's a cartel that Nikhil is saying.
but
But if there's a cartel,
but
then already the price is rigged. Even the current price is rigged.
let me try once again. Let's say the government has passed the bill. Now from this point and earlier the prices were this, and from this point and earlier, if there's no dramatic change in the price of raw material, right? So they can't uh, price the product 28% higher at the at the dawn of at the midnight, right? So
Yeah.
that government is that the government is looking for, that the
see, like, I just read like the CCI, which is there,
No, but this is a
Competition
transient thing,
Committee
right?
of
Okay,
India.
for few days, few months, whatever, there will be some fluctuations in the prices, but eventually that has to settle to a stable market price. And unless there is a cartel, but if there is a cartel, if you're assuming there is a cartel, then even the current price is rigged. Like even that is, how do you know
let's
it's not a cartel
uh,
today?
let's assume that
I just read, maybe, like, let's go with that.
yeah, I'm
So
gonna
what it
say go ahead.
so what it says is, like, government, like the CCI, which is their Competition Committee of India. So they
Yeah.
have an authority. So, like, if I am a consumer and I know, like, today I'm getting this, because it's like 22nd, but after 22nd we know that
Yeah,
the
yeah.
GST, will be reduced. I know the gram means how much weight I'm getting and what is the current price I'm paying.
Yeah.
And after 22nd, means the production of 22nd, I will say, after the production of 22nd September, if I'm getting the same amount and in the same gram, means it means that GST would have been increased and the base price would have been increased, GST is reduced, so my price remains same. So I can complain to CCI, and
Hmm.
then they can impose the penalty on the manufacturer or the organizations, and even
I think
competition
CCI,
can impose the
yeah, it's the competition
impose
committee. I think their goal eventually would be to make sure there are no cartels.
anti-profiteering. It's like profiteering,
Yeah, I
anti-profiteering
think
thing. They're saying.
anti-profiteering, that word itself doesn't make sense to me, first of all.
Anti
But anyway, every business is there for profit, right? So anti-profiteering,
yeah.
what does it even mean, right? But
Profiteering
I think
complaints.
and, government's job is to make sure there is competition, there is no rigging happening, there is no cartel
Hmm,
forming happening.
hmm,
So
hmm.
I think the CCI will eventually investigate in that way, that they'll make sure that all the big players in that segment are not directly or indirectly colluding to keep the price at the same level, and somebody is making
Correct.
sure the price goes to the lower level. But they can't really directly penalize everyone without that kind of an investigation about
Oh, so that's it. Like
cartel
anyway,
formation or
we went into
rigging.
a lot of detail. My only point was like it doesn't depend. Like definitely it depends on the market only,
Well, it's
more of
quite important.
competition
This
and
detail
all.
is very
But
important, right? Like, if the tax
what I
benefit is not going to the people,
yeah
then
may
what's the
full
point? So
may
this
not
is
go.
an important point.
Full may not go.
Yeah, yeah,
Like suppose I read about Parley, so definitely like they are going to benefit only, but in a way like why I'm saying is this is more of a statement from them, you know. So what
mm,
he mentioned is like for the lower packages where we'll increase the grammage. So that was no, so like people will see like okay my price is not reduced, but they would have been seeing that the gram would have been increased. So but they have to
Yeah,
specify.
that's okay. That's
No,
okay.
that
That's
means
okay.
what I mean to say like he has specified it that
yeah,
this particular thing,
Yeah.
you know, we are planning that, you know, we'll be reducing the, we'll be improving the grammage, and for the higher cost the one which is costly we'll be reducing the
yeah.
prices. So that's how, you know, so to have more awareness among the people also. So that is also one of the thing.
But I think
Actually,
the benefit,
one more.
just to finish. Yeah,
Yeah,
go
yeah.
on. No, no, go
Go
on.
on. Actually, one more point I have in this not passing on to customer. The In the GST structure, there is an something called input tax credit, wherein you pay the GST for your input. You collect the GST from the value added which you make. You have to pay only the difference of the one you paid and one you received. You have to only pay the difference. So I think there's some issue with this input tax credit system, wherein from the items where which have been reduced to I think to 28 to 18 or 28 to 5. There is I think in many products there is no provision of input tax credit. So in that case, the company will not be able to reduce the price because they themselves
The stock,
have to.
yeah,
Yeah,
have
so
to
that's
pay it.
some, yeah, that's some important case which the government have to deal with.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't know what
similar
this
way
is, so I
means
can't really comment
not
what it is.
completely
Yeah.
this terminology, but in the similar way, what I, you know, had one of a discussion is like already some of the company would have already having a high inventory of the raw material for which they already bought it at a higher GST.
Yeah. But
Hmm.
all these are
Sure.
transient cases.
Like
Like,
now
these
they
issues
will
will
be
always
Transient.
be
selling
there.
it at a
Yeah.
lower
Hmm.
GST. No,
Yeah.
and now
But even
they'll
when
have to
they
pay
used to change
they'll be
GST
getting a lower
slabs,
GST.
when they used to change products and GST slabs, and they would put something from one slab to the other slab, all these transient issues would have been there. So I think government
Hmm.
knows how to
Yeah,
handle with this
I would
transient
be.
kind of situation. But I agree, like, these are all issues that will come up
So,
in this
and I
transition.
had
I
one more
think
point. Yeah, maybe Nimish, you say sorry.
regarding that same point about benefit not passing on to the customer, let's assume there is no cartelling or no rigging happening. But yeah, so customer is used to paying that price for that product, and if company just simply does not reduce that price, if there is competition, eventually it has to reduce. I'm just thinking that maybe, yeah, um,
Nimish, what you're thinking is, I think the laissez faire system wherein you have free ultimate competition. But in reality, there's no such thing as ultimate competition. Two or three players dominate the industry.
but they always do. Even today they're doing,
Yeah,
right?
They have the
but
user base
but
actually. The thing is, they have the user base already. So when
hmm,
they want to acquire new
But
user, at that time this price thing comes. But if they already
but
have their,
yeah,
you know,
but with that
organic selling,
but with that argument, I could say the current prices are also rigged. Then forget about tax. Even the current prices, whatever the price is today, there are three players and they are controlling. So, but every
exactly.
market
Uh,
is, yeah, but
the I think the telecom sector is rigged. telecom sector in India is a duopoly, na. It's only Airtel or Jio. If one person increases the price, other person definitely increases the price. And I
Yeah,
think more or
yeah,
less they are behaving like a cartel sort of. Every 6 months they are increasing the base price to 50 rupees, 100 rupees, and both the players are increasing. So you can't. This is cartel.
yeah. But at some point, the third player will join. Like in these kind of cartels, the profit is just so much. The people will see whatever the entrepreneurs see that in this segment there is just so much profit to be made. That's how Geo entered, right? Airtel and like earlier they were giving 2 GB for 100
So now
rupees,
if you see
150
the
rupees.
BSNL is selling at a very low price, but they've known like known very less
Yeah.
price it would be having. That's why
Nah.
But
it's
they have the
less
bad
50%.
product. They have the bad
Bad
product, right?
product.
They don't have the
Exactly.
service and
Exactly.
so on.
Exactly.
Um,
And there is a clear moat in this telecom sector. You can't enter here with some.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
have to
But
have
that's what
deep
I'm saying.
pockets.
There are some segments that are so complex that it's very easy to form cartels there. But regular items like soap and detergent and those are not those segments. Like these are any small scale industry can produce these kind of detergents and so on. Of course, they are not
But
mass producers. They're not. They don't have the mass the market capture.
See,
but
Uh,
small
but but,
industry
but
anyway.
and they don't have that quality also.
yeah, but I think it's very easy to enter these markets. That's why it's very hard to form
It's
cartels in these markets. It's very easy to also get good quality products in these markets. A third player can enter these markets. Reliance tomorrow can enter this market very easily. If there is so much cartel thing happening, there's so much profit to be made.
Zudio.
Reliance and Adani and all these will enter these markets as well. I don't think that's the case. These markets are really running on thin margins normally. These retail markets, they really have very thin margins. It's all about having efficient operation and really cutting your cost, cutting corners, like really trying to,
Showing in that in the front of the in the shop, it's
yeah, all this. There's a lot
that
of
is the
competition, I
important
think,
part.
in this daily products sort of a thing. Cartel farming happens in hard to enter markets, and so on.
No, means see, it's one more thing I will tell Nimish, like it's not about cartel and all. See, means since like you are also, but like suppose my industry is a small industry, but now every year, okay, it doesn't go what is planned, but it's a kind of a price increase is one of our target. Okay, one is your raw material price increases, definitely that there you can increase it very easily by because the people who are buying, it's a B2B thing also, but so they know like the raw material price has been increased, so there will be impact on the output,
No,
product
nobody knows.
price
People
also.
don't care. No, I don't.
No, no, no.
People don't really see
Hey,
the raw material
it
price and all
happens.
those. People just
No,
will go
not
to a
us.
market and see all the
I'm saying about the
options.
my industry, the
he's
where
saying
I am working.
B2B.
I'm saying where I am working.
B2B,
Okay,
okay, okay.
means
Yeah,
why I'm trying to say is like I'm trying to say that analogy about the price increase. That there is
yeah.
some requirement like you need to increase the price. Then they increase the price and they play with discounting. Take ultimately at the end of the day, but they have to have that price increase. So they have to find an opportunity. So what I'm trying to say, like this GST is an opportunity for them.
Mm.
It's kind of an
Okay.
opportunity. It's a hidden opportunity. So I will reduce my price, but maybe by 4%. If I'm getting a 5% benefit, I will reduce by 4%, and I will pass on that 1% at every level because they sells to show like retail like
But
distributors. They will also get some share. They will
what
sell to
stops you
further down
to
the line.
what stops you today from increasing the price by 1%?
Competition.
Competition. That's what.
Yeah.
That will also stop you to reduce to that will also force you to reduce the price by 5% and not
See,
4%.
but so ultimately, but even though there is a competition year on year, but we have to increase by some percentage
They will also increase by 1%.
because your fixed costs get increases. All those things. So I'm saying, even though you have your competition, always you will have a competition. But if you see, wherever we are employed, all the fixed costs, it keeps on increasing year on year. So
Yeah,
somewhere the
because
price will increase. So at that time you have to convince, right? So similar manner it goes. I'm saying it's an opportunity. I'm not saying like fully 5% taking into the pocket, but definitely there will be some 1-2 percentage where they will like to see, at least they would like to
I think there
think
will
of.
be a transient phase when all these changes will happen, but eventually the market has to settle at the right
Yeah,
price. That's what I feel. At least for 80% of the products in the market, where it's not really hard to enter all these markets. And
it's very
for
difficult,
those
the
markets,
right price thing is also, I will sometimes say it's very difficult. If it is commodity market, no, there it,
commodity
there is
market,
always
that's what I'm
commodity.
talking about. Yeah, commodity
There
markets. I'm
it's
talking about those
there
kind of,
it's a
because those
price
are the
driven
really
only.
important inflation
Yeah.
driving. Like in inflation, you
Commodity,
only
yeah. Commodity is commodity. It's driven by competition.
Yeah, but like detergent is a commodity, according to me. Detergent is, even though there are three or four
Yeah.
players, it's a
But
commodity.
they have different segments,
They are
right?
running on very thin margins there.
See,
These companies
Dinesh,
are not
if you
really
see,
making
Mm.
20%
if you see
profit
as a
there.
consumer, I will ask you one more thing, not you, even to myself also. If I think as a consumer, I have, 4 segments of detergent in the market. Okay, each segment have its competition with a different, their competition in the same segment, I will say. But even each company will have its 4 product at a different levels. But when I'm buying, I will just buy as per my buying power. I don't know exact difference between the two. Just to give you a, maybe I don't know, maybe consumer doing
Yeah,
know
yeah,
that, I
yeah.
don't know,
But
but
you
at least
giving
I don't know
example, yeah.
that,
Yeah.
then, if I'm buying Nirma, I will have this, my clothes will become, if there's a lot of difference, it is completely known. If it is
I think
very higher and
India
very
is
low.
known for that kind of a very cost sensitive market. Like if you are not if you
No,
are
Hmm.
10
but I'm
rupees
saying
costlier,
about
no,
the,
people won't buy. Like
no,
it's really yeah. I think buying power is one thing. Yeah,
I am saying about the cost only, but I am saying like cost sensitive only. But what I'm trying to say is like the same company is selling 4 products. They will have the
yeah,
four product
yeah,
for 4 different people. Those who have
yeah,
low salary, they will buy this. But the
yeah,
person who is buying the second or third level of their product, he
yeah.
exactly doesn't know the difference between 2 and 3 or 3 or 4.
But
He will
customer
just buy
typically
it.
doesn't know the real cost of anything. Like you don't really
They
know the
know
real
it's
value of
better.
anything. It's
Yeah,
just
but
based on the
no.
market. You buy based on the market. Like it just market drives the price
Exactly,
ultimately.
yeah. Yeah, I agree.
consumer
Um,
customer itself is driving the market also, right?
I think what will happen is if indirectly there will be so our purchasing power is not reduced, right? It's not reducing. Purchasing power remains the same. Um, if the cost of things reduce, I think there will
I
be some
think purchasing power will
inflation.
increase.
Even I was thinking that a bit.
No, no, I mean
That's what I
purchasing
was
power
saying.
in the
It's a
sense that
lot of
the or
market.
expenditure power, the amount of money
Expenditure power. Yeah.
I am willing to spend remains the same.
Now
Uh,
that has been increased because of that income tax also. So there
there's
are
a
two
term.
benefits.
Yeah, there's a term. There's a term for
Income
this.
tax
Disposable
benefit is
income.
also there.
Disposable income.
Disposable income is the income after all my expenditures,
After
whatever is
after
I could.
expenditure. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Short,
yeah.
short, short. After expenditure.
Um, but people's salaries are not reducing, so that will remain the same. Uh, What's the impact on inflation of this tax reduction? Will the
Y-
inflation increase or reduce?
That was my second question basically
Inflation will
because
increase. I think.
no
But the
means
price of goods are
means my
decreasing, right?
question was
Overall,
like this
huh?
only.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Price of goods are
So what
decreasing,
was
So
what
that's
but
was my thought
this decrease will
actually?
cause demand, which will
more.
increase inflation. Yeah,
So I think so there are different categories of inflation. There is this one basic inflation, which is like commodity, like basic goods inflation.
basic
That will
inflation,
reduce because
core
that basic
inflation,
goods cost might reduce because of the tax reduction. But
maybe.
there are other kinds of inflation, which are luxury goods and so on, and other kinds of disposable income will increase for people, and maybe inflation in those segments will increase. So there is, I think that's
Then
good. I
this
think that there's a like if the core inflation which has this core basket of goods that are must have, if that inflation decreases, it's already a good thing.
I don't think it will decrease.
no, but
Let me theorize something. It will, let's say the price decreases to X percent. Okay, because of the decrease, there is an increase in demand, and because of the demand, uh,
But
uh,
demand of those goods are fixed. Like demand of those goods don't increase based on the price. Like it's tomatoes, it's onions. You
yeah, yeah.
only buy so much.
No, no, not that tomato. Acha, you are saying that
No, but
for
that
the
inflation basket has those kind of so that
Nimish, if you go
sorry.
about automobile, suppose automobile, if you just talk about,
But automobiles sometimes these are not in that inflation basket. Inflation basket really has necessary foods and necessary
hmm,
when
hmm,
they quantify inflation, they don't take the entire market. They have this basket
CPI.
of goods, CPI. I think maybe bikes and those things will fall in that category, but even bikes are going to reduce their price. I think some of the companies have claimed that they will reduce the price. So these are not luxury products. These are like really minimal requirement for a person to survive.
Hmm, hmm.
And the demand of that is also almost fixed. Apart from bikes and those things, the demand is normally fixed. Um,
like what I was means I was saying, I have one more thing to ask
What?
is like,
Yeah,
no, but
yeah.
I think Nair's point about demand. So demand will increase, Nair. See, I think
Demand
yeah,
will and the demand will increase, and the supply side. If there is a supply side constraint, then there will be inflation.
I think whenever people have more money to spend, it's a perfect recipe for inflation to increase. So in this
Hmm.
case, if price of basic goods decrease, then we have more money to spend. But if you're saying that inflation will increase, then eventually we don't have that disposable income, right? Because the price have increased, inflation has happened.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. Exactly.
so if inflation is increasing, then we don't have
We
extra
don't
money
have
to spend on.
extra money. But maybe how much that inflation that how much the inflation will increase? That's the question. If
So I
it
think
is
it's a loop and it stabilizes at some point. So inflation
some
of
point, yeah, yeah,
0.5% or 1%, something like that. So you can quantify
something
that
like
this much inflation may happen.
may happen.
No, but
but if you see, wow, the inflation is at a 6-year low.
no,
I was
Yeah,
inflation
yeah.
cannot happen, right? Inflation cannot
Inflation
happen.
can it can happen
So
if
price can come back to current level. So the price, whatever has the price was there, it can come back to the current level, and then system has stabilized again,
yeah,
right? So
it can even increase, right? Who can say
it
no,
will reduce its
why will it
it
income.
increase?
It will
So
reduce.
it can reduce. It can only reduce. It cannot increase because right now the system is stable. Let's assume right now the system is stable. Like whatever the purchasing power is, the inflation is, it's all stable, right? So
stable, yeah.
suddenly government has reduced tax. So
Hmm.
suddenly there is a chance of price reducing,
Decrease, yeah.
and that decrease of price can increase our disposable income, which can
Hmm.
increase demand of different goods and so on, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
But as soon as that demand causes price surge, the price will come back to the current
Exactly,
level, to the current
exactly.
level. It can't
Yeah,
overshoot. It can't go beyond the current level, right? Because if it goes beyond the current level, then again we don't have the disposable income that we're talking about. Then
yeah, yeah. Exactly.
it will again stabilize. It will again go back to the current level. I think everything will go back to the current level, and the system is again normal.
By the
The only
time,
thing
but
that has happened is
by the time your income has also increased, then it's a different thing.
no, that's a different question altogether. Let's assume everything remains the same. Only tax has changed. Nothing else has changed, right?
Hmm.
I think what this means is government's revenues has decreased because tax has reduced,
Yeah, that
and
is
that
true.
revenue is indirectly gone to companies' profits, and we
Business,
are just
exactly.
a
Yeah.
bystander. So
No,
maybe
how it is
Mayur's
We
going to company's
may
profit? It has come
we
to
may
us
get
also.
at the start. I think we may get some profit.
No, no, no.
companies will
Company
win.
are made for that. It will be for us only. I will say another way around. See, if you, I'll just give an example about health insurance products. Okay, so now it has been like nil. Earlier it was like 18% GST. From 80, it's like directly to zero. So now the prices are going to reduce, and like now you're buying your insurance for yourself until and unless company doesn't increase their base price, it's all to us those benefits. Now over a period of time also, like, because 18% is always to be there. So demand increase and all, like, okay, that is one part.
Yeah. So I think
It's not
the
company
products
price
for
driven.
which demand can increase, for those products there will be inflation. For demands for which product remain the demand remains stable, cost of those products will reduce. I think there will be so the prices won't come back to the same level for all products.
Mm.
So for some products, because now demand will increase because the people have more disposable income, for those products, those will become more costlier. Some products for which the demand does not really change. It's a stable thing. For those products, the tax has reduced, demand doesn't change, so those products will become cheaper. So the market will sort of recalibrate, will redistribute the demand supply thing, and prices will sort of adjust in that way. Some products will become costlier, some products will become cheaper, depending on
Agree.
which products
Yeah, yeah.
can enjoy more demand, like entertainment and luxury goods and those kind of products. People will buy more
More.
fancier
Exactly.
cars and so on.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, interesting. We have,
But many people are looking forward for it. Huh? They have stopped their buying till 22nd.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously.
yeah, it makes sense, no? It makes sense, yeah.
Yeah,
Another
definitely.
question, like, what about the impact on government revenues? So is it going to decrease? Do they have any projection of the government revenue? They're reducing tax.
The
How will
80,000 crore I
they,
was reading somewhere.
so how will they plug that hole? How will they manage that deficit?
I think
I mean, I don't know.
Deficit.
what I
Maybe
what
by more buying,
what I
by
have read is
more market
exactly,
managing.
exactly. No, what I've read is by these single changes, the government will lose the revenue of around 2 lakh crores. But
2 lakh crores. Okay.
it will, uh, like you said, the demand of some product will increase, but the overall revenue
Hmm.
will more or less remain the same, or
Oh,
maybe some hit or around 10-20 thousand crores maybe, but still it's good for the nation as a whole.
economy.
Yeah,
I think economy will also grow,
grow exactly,
and as economy grows, revenue also increases, tax revenue also increases. So
increases
eventually, it will
And
balance out.
exactly,
There will be a
maybe,
transient phase, but then in a year, there will be more GDP growth and everything, and then taxes will
exactly,
reach their
exactly,
level again.
exactly. But what
But
this is
my
only a projection. You have to
yeah, yeah.
we have to wait and watch.
Because if you take that theory to extreme, then why not make everything 5%? Why not decrease the tax of everything to 5%, and then hope that GDP will increase and the revenue will come back? So that happens to a certain extent, but you can't go extreme with that theory. Yeah.
Have anybody tested that theory?
because see, there is two
But
things.
same
If
text
it's
or
under government, no, no,
I
I'll
think
just
people
add
would
on
have, like, this is a
Thing.
very common
On
question.
Nimish
Yeah.
point, I would like to add one thing.
Yeah.
Because if it is under government's hand, they would have kept. You saying why not everything under 5%? I will say like government will think why not everything under 18%. But it's
No,
more
no,
about the people. See, because it's
no. If you make it
see,
at 18%, then there is a negative
see
impact of that on economy.
no,
If
from
you
now,
reduce
but
it, there's a
like
positive
over a
impact on
period of
economy.
time. No,
Mhm.
you see how I'm looking forward is like 5%, 18%, and why they are looking forward is like considering the again power purchasing power of people. So they know like these are the goods which are required by everyone, which you already know about it.
Yeah, yeah.
So they are like compulsive to make it 5% in a way. See, health
No, but
insurance and all, there
yeah,
is a lot
but
of push
Mohammed,
to make it 0
that's what he's saying. Na, make everything 5%, so that the poor can, so that the average normal middle class person can have its pie, and all the remaining some rich people they can spend more, which will increase the revenue. You're getting it the point?
I am
that's what the
getting one
government is
thing from you.
claiming.
Yeah,
The government is claiming that this decrease in taxes, that will eventually
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 revenue.
increase the economical output and economical revenue, and more trade will happen, and eventually the government's tax collection will remain the same. If that is such a if that is the claim, why even have 18% category? Why not
Exactly.
make everything 5%? Reduce everything to 5%. Reduce your tax revenue right now. Eventually, the economy will increase. that's a good thing for everyone, right? GDP is increasing, economy is increasing, everybody's happy.
And it's simple. And it's simple. No input tax credit and all this hassle.
Yeah, yeah, and then your tax revenue will come back to that same level. So win-win for everyone.
That's
So I think
Input.
there is some truth to this theory, but I think there are some extreme th- this will only work until some certain level. This doesn't work beyond certain level. So if your tax revenue has reduced by 5%, maybe that can be recovered. But if your tax revenue is reduced by 50%, maybe you can't recover that much tax
because even
deficit.
the demand cannot increase that
Yeah, yeah.
that
Yeah,
percentage.
like it will take a long time. It will
Long
take
time.
2 years, 3 years maybe to reach that level. So you will have this long phase of low tax revenues.
They would be knowing the current gap also, right, between supply and demand in a way.
Yeah.
I think the government must have studied all the factors and they
Yeah.
have given the protection the same. So
Yeah.
let's see what happens and we can comment on that after. But
Yeah.
if this system works, then we can try something. We can try 5 and 12, not 5 and 18. We can lower 18 to 12.
No, but I think zero tax is also not good. No, you need some tax.
No,
Like
no. I'm
lower tax is
Yeah. I'm saying not I'm saying gradually. Like right now it's only 5 and 18%, right? So after some time, if we can prove that this system works, the revenue is not hit. So we can move from five to 18 to 5 to 12
no,
gradually.
but I think revenue is not increased should not be the goal. I think revenue should increase proportionally to the economic size. So if your economy is increasing
Hmm.
and if your revenue remains the same,
I'm saying I'm
that's
saying
also a bad thing.
I'm saying short term, not no. I'm saying not in this 5 to 10 year period. I'm saying in this 1 year, will I be able to recover my revenue at the same level? Maybe let's
In
see.
short term, I don't think that's very easy to do. I don't know. Yeah, that GDP has to increase by that much percent for your tax to increase because basically tax is
Not
the 15 or
GDP.
12% of.
Demand will increase, which will increase the
But if you're
GST collection.
trading, yeah, but
Yeah,
if you're trading that much, that trade contributes to GDP
GDP.
eventually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So GDP
One
has
more
to
thing
increase
can
by
be
that much
thought of.
percent for your tax to also increase by that much percent.
Maybe
Hmm.
one more thing I will talk. Means
Hmm.
the one which we are discussing about inflation. If you reduce everything at 5%, definitely demand will increase. You know, so which way have give this GST collection what we thought of. But one more thing is like the supply would be limited,
Exactly. Yeah.
so the inflation would
Hmm.
increase. So so the inflation would have so inflation would go like very high. So again,
Yeah,
the demand will not
some
increase with that.
Yeah,
inflation will be high.
but in no, but if inflation happens, then tax
But
revenues also increase. So I the government is
the
concerned
gap
about
between
the
supply
overall
and demand.
market uh, trade happening in terms of absolute values, like 1,000 crore of trade happening in this city, like in
Hmm.
terms of absolute numbers.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
if inflation increases, that's a win for government, right? If inflation increases, more tax.
But
It's not just
yeah, but that nominal GDP, we government also considers the real GDP minus the inflation numbers. That should also increase, not only nominal GDP with the inflation numbers.
no, but I'm just talking about the government tax revenue, not
Revenue,
the
yeah,
GDP.
yeah.
Yeah. If you're just concerned about tax revenue going back to the same level, that can goes to the same level via inflation or via more market trade, whichever way. So government doesn't really care
But but
for
but
purpose of tax revenues.
if we reach there by inflation,
See,
that much
let me
revenue value has
one thing.
also lower, na?
I just, I just means okay. I could just now correlate again when I was thinking. When we are talking about increasing the inflation, at that particular time the price will increase, but the government will be getting only 5%.
Of that new price now, of the increased price.
But still, if it is still not the reduced price also, if you see, if today is at 100%, 80 percentage, 80 rupees is a cost, 20 percentage is a tax. So they are getting 20 rupees. Now they reduce it to, kind of 5 percentage. Suppose 85 rupees. So 80 plus 5 rupees as a tax. So now demand will increase, but now the base price will increase, suppose up to 90 rupees. So government will
No,
still get a 9
the
rupees.
demand can only increase,
Consumer will be paying 99 rupees
but
till the
the
today's
demand,
price, but the
no, the
government
demand
will
can
be
only
getting lower.
increase. Demand can only increase to bring back that price to the same current level. It can't increase to
Current level, but
bring the price
yeah, agree.
beyond the current level, right? So
No,
if it
but
brings
on the current level only, the current
the 5%
at a
is,
current level, yeah, at a
yeah.
current level, government is getting higher amount than later stage at the
Hmm.
same current level.
So 100 rupees for the customer. When it's 20%, government is getting 20 rupees and 80 rupees is for the company.
Yeah,
100
and now
price,
it will be
100
90
rupees
rupees.
for the customer with
Yeah,
5% is 95 is for the company and 5 rupees is for the government.
yeah, that's true actually. That's how it is.
But then only companies are benefiting from it. Nobody's benefiting.
Yeah, no, so that's why they have made this bracket. Means only the essential commodities are at 5 percentage, because government is okay because of the volume government would be earning, and then somewhere it is at some who can pay more, they are made at a higher level, and also that
No,
will
but
balance
then,
our. So
yeah.
that's why I started with that. If it's on the government hand, they would want everything at a higher percentage, not at a lower percentage. Because ultimately, if you said like market will make its price, somehow people would have to cope up with it.
But
If they
to me, it
want it
feels like
something, they have
inflation
to get
has
it.
to happen for government revenue. So the government is claiming that the revenue won't get hurt. It will recover and it will go back to the same level. That can only happen with trading, more trading happening, and more trading means more
Yeah.
demand. And more demand, like the rest to, so the inflation has to happen somewhere.
Mayur,
Inflation will.
let me
Yeah.
counter your point. What you have said is, yeah, I understood. But what the government wants is that 80%, that 20% reduction, na, that that's price won't increase, more or less. The price which increase is the different item, that higher aspirational item. So from there, the government will get revenue. Are you getting it?
Yeah, but this was about everything going to 5%.
Yeah. Okay.
Even
Supply and
aspirational items are also
okay.
at 5%.
And
That
in
was
that
the,
case, what we were discussing about the supply and Nimish, one more thing which I was telling is, suppose everything is at 20 percentage. Okay, just giving an example. Everything is at 20 percentage. We say like okay, the price, the people will not buy it. Then it will be pressure on the company. They have to reduce the base price. So still it will be like suppose today is at 100 percentage. Government increases the 10% GST. It will be 110.
no,
Then
but
people
you're
cannot buy
assuming that
it.
companies are the bad players and they are some companies will
No,
go
no,
just
not bad
bankrupt.
players.
No, I mean,
No, that's why
uh,
I'm saying that's why they cannot do everything at extremes. So
no,
they
no, I
have to
think
balance.
20% will just
What I want
reduce,
to
which
counter is
typically higher taxes just reduces economic growth.
And
Because I think eventually,
and it will also promote black economy. People will not pay
no.
taxes.
yeah, that's also there. Yeah,
No, what I
yeah,
mean to say is like that's why these commodities are like these groups are there. So maybe for the low people who are buying earning less, maybe or their basic needs are there. For that, I will not say earning less, but for the basic needs, the GST is at a lower tax. For
yeah,
the
that makes
things
perfect
which
sense.
they
No,
don't
no,
want to promote,
having different
yeah.
slabs makes perfect sense. For necessary items, you can not tax it at all. That's
But
what
they
the
cannot
government is
go
doing,
to
right?
extremes.
Yeah. Uh,
Actually we can only assume the government has also data. The government is looking at enormous amount of the data. They know where they will get losses and where can they earn. So I think the government has to strategically
but I think it's very hard to predict the price movement with
yeah
this kind of
yeah yeah
intervention. I think
yeah
there are economic theories. But once you change
So there is,
taxes,
Yeah,
then you
something
have
called
slabs.
price
it's chaos.
elasticity.
It's chaos
You
here,
know
random.
something called price
Yeah,
elasticity.
yeah.
Yeah,
If you
price.
know something
Yeah,
about price
yeah,
elasticity,
yeah. I know.
No,
so
go
we
on. I
have
don't
that
know.
study. No, okay. So okay, I don't have that how the formula exactly, but it's a kind of like we need to do that study as I was mentioning, like in our like like WAM program. I will say the one which is there. We have to study a price elasticity that sales team do once in a year. I will say finance will do. So what they have to do is like currently at 0%, then plus one, plus two, minus one, minus two, like that. You can go up to how much you want. So what it says like if I increase my price by plus 2 or plus 5%, what will be my difference in the like definitely the volume will reduce. Okay.
Because demand has reduced.
No, price
Volume
is
will reduce,
increased.
meaning?
So when sales will somewhat reduce in a way
Yeah, so
if your
demand
price
will
is
reduce
increased.
because your price is higher
Yeah.
now. Right. Yeah.
And then again then they have like some percentage. And how they calculated I didn't know. I don't know. But they have that percentage like okay, minus one, minus two, minus three. Even for the lower also. Then what is the impact? That some
Yeah, so they,
volume
they
will
choose a
increase in
point
that way.
where it's the maximal profit for the company. So
And
beyond that,
that also, and then they have to look
the
at the operational level also. They have to link this with the operations, because in the operations also I need to pay some amount, some raw material. So all
so
those
that's the
cost also.
cost. No, that's just the cost side of it. I'm
No,
talking about the market side of it. So looking at the market, like if you increase price by this much percentage, the demand will drop, but you are getting now more money for each product you sell. So what's the optimal there? So you are getting more money for every product you sell, but now you will sell fewer products.
Yeah, there has to be
So
some optimal. Just
balance.
yeah,
So that's an optimal point
optimal point.
where that's the
to
maximum profit
identify
you are
that
getting.
optimal point, again to identify that optimal point, they have to link with the back cost also. Because when you increase, I will just give you an example. If I increase the
No, but that
volume
cost
today,
is
Let me
no, no,
no,
let him say.
that's
Let him
no,
that's
say.
the
no,
Let
it's
him
yeah.
not
say.
But
Bro.
side.
anyway, okay, go on.
It's
Yeah.
not side basically. Suppose just giving an example. If you're opening a some industry, okay, you have some fixed costs and variable cost. So now that volume plays a very important role. Volume in the sense demand,
Ah, right.
because you need to pay. So
Yeah, cost per
there is a
unit.
very important
Okay.
correlation,
Hmm.
Variable price.
because
Variable price.
even if you are reducing your even there is some change in volume, you need to pay some X amount irrespective of that.
Yeah, yeah.
So if the higher
So the
volume is there,
volume
then you get
links
that
the.
benefit.
So it will be a 3D curve, na? 3D curve, you have to find the
So
maximum, right? You have to find the optimum.
what I mean to say
Yeah,
that whatever
yeah,
point with Nimish was mentioning, that has to backlink with the cost as well. Like so, then they have to identify that, and
yeah,
also they
yeah.
have to work
Co-
on the market share,
the
because when
cost
we
of
do this
production depends on
analysis,
volume, so that also changes. Yeah.
and when we do this analysis, again we know that what is the organic market growth, okay, and why this analysis, what will be our change in the market share. So are we ready to take this hit
Yeah.
like that?
But
So we
Mahur,
have to pay.
I also want to add in this.
Just a second. Just a second.
I also want to add innovation, efficiency in this. Uh, you have to innovate and make your systems efficient so that the price reduces.
But that's more of a long-term
That
thing.
is a
Like
kind of a
current
continuous
today.
thing, Nayan.
Yeah,
That is a
yeah.
continuous day in,
Yeah.
day out
But like
thing we try to do
today,
it.
at what price I should sell? I am selling something.
Hmm.
How do I decide at what price I should sell? So that's whatever Khan is saying is basically figure out will make you help figure out what price you should at what price you should sell. That's the optimal price. That's an
Optimal
optimal
price.
price at which you will make the maximal profit. I
Hmm.
think, but there is a lot of theory also in this, like all these percentages. Like if you increase by 2%, how much your demand
No,
decreases.
theory.
That's
Definitely.
very. I think
No,
there are a lot of assumptions here, and you can make
definitely.
wrong assumptions. And I think that's where all the yeah.
No, no, but if it is some proved with it, like, see,
I think it's
it
very
can be
simple.
nearer.
I think it's very simple
It will not be exact,
equation.
but it can be nearer.
I, what I think is what I understand from you is the cost. You have some cost, right? The fixed and variable cost. and you can you have to find the optimum per unit cost per unit where you get maximum profit. I think this is solvable.
No, but it depends on the demands.
Yeah,
There is a demand side of it, right? So the
yeah.
cost of production and all that is okay.
Yeah,
That's all fixed. We can write equations for it.
demand is also included
See,
in this
demand,
curve. Na?
competition,
Demand is
many
what?
things are there.
Profitability
Yeah,
at
but
which
how do you predict?
assumption. Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's say you're undervalued right now. Let's say you're undervalued right now. This I don't think this curve will help you find that you're undervalued right now.
Not right now, but slowly it will get me to the
See,
equilibrium.
I will tell what happens. Suppose I will tell
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
suppose
Say.
we have one of a competition. Okay, and say okay, it can go long, but we don't want to go for that. But we have one of a competition who recently opened a new factory. So when they open a factory, they have a horizon of 3 to 5 years. That the capacity basically, they will not open a factory. They know like 85% should be the capacity utilization of any plant. If it goes beyond 85%, we need to add a capacity. Okay. So, but when you add a capacity, you cannot add only from 5% just to reduce from it,
Exactly,
some by some
exactly,
percent you can
exactly.
reduce.
Yeah,
You need to add some more.
yeah.
So when this decision is taken, so when you are investing a capacity means you are investing a high capex. So at that time now the price, that particular competition, they will reduce the price. Reducing the price is kind of giving a discounting and all, like, so they will reduce drastically so that because the fixed cost is already going there and the new capacity. So now that amount I need to recover it. So now they will be reducing. Now because they are reducing, it impacts all their competition
Who are
also,
who
like
are
us.
who are
So now,
reducing? Your competitors are reducing, or you are reducing?
yeah, competition. Competition will be
Why
reducing
would they
because they
reduce?
have a new plant.
Why would they reduce?
They have a new plant.
Okay, their competition have a new plant. So whoever has a new
They have a
plant,
new capacity, right? They are
Yeah,
adding a
okay.
capacity.
Supply has
so
increased.
there's
Supply has
more
increased.
supply. Supply has increased.
Yeah, they have
But
a
you're
more
you are
supply because they
assuming
have to.
that that increase of supply is coming at no
Yeah,
cost.
yeah.
Like,
No,
yeah.
the
Supply
increase
is increased, but they have more capacity. Everyone has to
capacity
utilize that
means supply,
capacity
right?
because you are giving a fixed amount. It's a fixed cost. Capacity is a fixed cost kind of thing. You are getting the same amount of number of people and all. So if you don't produce more from their people from that particular plant, there will be overall loss because that capacity is installed considering long horizon. So they have to reduce the price so that ultimately absolute volume they will be having a value. Profitability percentage will be reduced, but absolute they will be increasing year on year. Okay, because they have added capacity, they will sell more. Now since they have reduced the prices, there will be a lot of competition to the nearby their competitor. Now they will be also have to follow
Like
that.
that
All
sounds
these
like
things are
increased
there.
supply. So supply has increased. So
Sub,
eventually market will settle to a lower
exactly.
price.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if they're increasing the supply, they will see that the demand will increase. That's why they're increasing the supply. So eventually,
Yeah.
it will be an equilibrium, right?
No, no. Demand will
Somebody
increase in the
has
sense, as I
to.
mentioned, right? It cross 85 percentage. If it crosses 85 percentage, you
No,
need to
no.
add a supply.
What I'm saying is, if
No,
your
you won't add
competitor,
that if you don't see demand also increasing.
yeah,
If you
yeah,
won't be able to sell that
sell,
extra amount, you won't add that capacity, right?
more
You think
your
that
competitor,
extra
No.
things will
you,
also be sold.
See, there is always a pie of your competitor. So it's
let me
not
say it
like
again.
overall market demand only.
Let me say it again. Your competitor has increased his capacity
I'm just giving an idea.
because he sees increase in the demand. If he doesn't see increase in demand, he
No.
will not add capacity,
Yeah.
na.
Yeah, that's what I said. 85 percentage. If it crosses 85 percentage means it's not like future demand increase. 85 percentage is
85.
enough.
If the capacity has reached 85%, means what? The demand is there, na? Demand is increased.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So demand is increased,
Like
but
I
when
think
they install a new
the company
capacity,
thinks
they will
company
not.
thinks that they
They
will
will
be able
not.
to sell more. Even
yeah.
if so,
Uh,
if they can produce more, they will be able to sell more.
Even more
Only
than
then they will add
85%.
the
Yeah,
new
yeah.
unit, right?
No, one thing
They will be able to
definitely
buy.
more, but
So
what I
they will be
need
able
to
to sell.
add here is no name is like name Nikhil. Like what I want to add here is they know the demand is increasing, but the capacity what they will increase will not be equivalent to demand, because the capacity is installed considering long horizon. If you are having a plan today, you will not increase
Yeah, but in that horizon
just
also,
the
there
same.
is demand factor. They have studied that demand will increase,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Yeah.
So they study,
So
but
eventually,
immediate there will be impact.
yeah,
Short
immediate,
term,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
eventually we don't need to see.
Exactly,
I think
exactly.
It's only
immediately
about
what Khan
short
is saying
term.
is you can basically take from your competitor's pie because now you have more capacity. You can decrease the
Yeah.
cost, so more people will buy from you
And
instead of your competitor. So you're basically taking
what I mean
from,
to
even
say,
if the
one more
demand is
thing
the
is that,
same, even if demand remains exactly
yeah,
the same, you reduce your price and you capture your more market from your competitor and you sell more, even if demand remains
means
the
there are
same.
many many things. Means what I mean to say, there are many things, and what I mean to say is like it's always about the short term. Like since like
No,
what
no, but
Nair was saying, I got
yeah,
it. For
no, but
long term, it's like they have installed considering the
but
long term
I'm
demand.
still not. I still don't agree with Nayar's. So this was, I think this was a different kind of a discussion. But Nayar's
Yeah.
point about like we have a proper equation and we can predict the value of our own product right now very precisely.
Nah,
I think that is very
we
that's not the case because you
I,
can't predict the change on demand with by changing your price.
I'm not predicting demand. I am just saying that right now we have a price, right? Right now I have a price. Some X number. If I want to increase my price, let me check this number. Let me add 1% increase, 2% increase. Let me see what happens. It is simulation, right?
Oh, you're talking about yeah. So that's not equations, right? You are just trying out. So
Yeah.
that's another kind of optimization. Yeah, but so in this is a different category
Yeah,
of
yeah.
optimization. This is not equation driven
maybe I'll
optimization.
check how it
You will
happens
try out,
next
you will
month or
see what the
something.
demand is, how the value, how the sales changes, and you will take the decision based on that. But that's
But in that also, I will get an optimum number, right? If let
yeah, yeah,
me,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that's called a search kind of an algorithm. This is a
Hmm.
search algorithm. You're reaching the optimal point via search. So you're trying different things, and you see what
Yeah,
works.
yeah.
And whatever works, you keep doing that. Eventually, you reach a point which is an optimal point.
Optimal point.
Beyond that point, things won't work. So you'll come
Will
back
work.
to that
Yeah,
point and so
yeah.
on. So it's a search
Maybe.
algorithm.
Yeah.
But having equations is a different thing. Equations will give you the exact number that today your price is X, go to price Y, and that's the optimal price for you for your product.
Oh,
That's having all the
yeah,
equations,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that's
Because
what
that's the
what
yeah,
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 what you are
yeah,
saying can be done without any equations.
yeah.
You don't know
Exactly.
the system at all.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think that's what companies do.
yeah.
That's what because they don't know there's no equations for the demand and market and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, exactly,
What
exactly.
company
You
do
try
is
different
like
things.
Because it's, I think, open system, right? You can predict the demand, like
Yeah.
you can predict the stock
There are
market.
so many feedback
Yeah,
loops, third order,
no, no,
fourth
no.
order effects
We
happening.
we cannot predict the demand, but we can predict the market size. No,
The
we
market
predict it.
size.
That is a demand. We always
But
everyone predicts
no,
it.
the market size, the current market size is known, but I'm talking about the impact on your product's
Organic growth can
demand
be,
when
by
increasing
the change
price,
of your price.
change of price.
Yeah. If you change your price, how will your
that
product's
I will come
demand
back next
change?
time. There would be some equation in that also.
No, no, I think it's impossible to quantify.
No, no.
Yeah,
With the past data, everything is possible. Let me see means how they do it, because they are doing it.
past
So
date.
definitely they are not just like they're doing it. That I know, because
With past data, you mean? But then again, that's a search
no,
thing.
I don't know
If you're looking at the
I
past
don't know
data,
which what data. I don't know with what data. Let me tell you. Okay, so I'm just saying like with some data definitely would be doing that.
Okay.
I will check that better,
Okay, guys. So
because when we present it, it will
let
not
us
be like
come back
today
to
they change
the
1%, 2%.
let us come back to
Yeah, yeah,
the GST topic.
GST.
Yeah. So, what do you think about the reason probably the government has applied changed this structure now? Is it because of Trump, or is it because the Modi has said we don't need any uh, adverse
I think
impact to do the reforms? We are reforming.
I think it's to stimulate the economy. Like they will this tax reduction, if they can figure out to simplify the tax, not take a hit on the revenue and stimulate the economy, it's a win-win-win. So why not
But
do it?
why
So
now? But why now? Why after the Trump has clearly levied the 50% tariff? Do you think what I'm asking is, do you think that is the reason?
possible, possible that
Yeah.
Trump's tariff will have negative impact on our economy. So we have to balance that
This
with
will
some
balance.
stimulus,
Yeah.
and this is
Mm.
a way of stimulating the economy. Yeah.
Mm.
But this change will happen soon, or is it will happen in some budget session or something, or
No,
it's
no.
just a
From this
GST
20,
thing
From
that
20,
happens?
22nd.
22nd September.
22nd.
Yeah, could be to stimulate the economy. Yeah, until this Trump tariff thing is settled. Possible.
Exactly. More. What do you think?
Mm,
I think this is similar to Mayur's point in the last episode. Like government is getting more revenue because of the cheaper oil from Russia, and they are not passing on it to the citizens of the country. Maybe this is the government's way of passing on that benefit to
that can also be there.
citizens of the
More
country,
the
right?
government has listened to you.
So they will continue to buy Russian cheap oil, but now they will reduce the tax.
This is
So
the
that's
tax.
the benefit we will get.
But it did happen in petrol, yeah, where the oil is directly proportional.
They want to
Exactly.
do it indirectly. They don't want to show direct
Yeah.
impact of that.
Yeah.
So
You
yeah,
don't want to show any connection with the Russian oil here.
yeah, yeah.
But maybe like this any state elections are also coming out.
Yeah, I think Bihar elections are coming. Bihar and Bengal.
Possible. Timing is connected to that. It's possible.
That also. Yeah.
And all festivals are also there.
Yeah. The festivals also there, and
So they know like there will be immediate surge, and the
exactly
inflation is also at a lowest level.
lowest level. Yeah. Exactly.
What I was reading in last
That's
6 years.
yeah. Is that a good sign or a bad sign? I think too low of an inflation
Now it
also
will.
It's not. I think
indicate
it's.
stagnant economy.
Already we discussed last time also.
Yeah.
It's a very
It's so
okay,
around.
but they can
It's
balance always with that
yeah, but
repo rate.
no, no,
The bank's repo rate usually.
with this effect, the inflation will also somewhat increase, right? So it helps that it is lower now. The base is lower. It
Yeah, they
helps.
can try.
Uh,
They can try this
exactly.
kind of
Yeah,
experiments
yeah,
when
yeah, yeah,
inflation is low. They
yeah.
can't do this when inflation is high.
Inflation is high.
That's too
Yeah,
risky to do.
exactly, exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's also interesting.
So, guys, what do you want to add? Any dimensions to this topic? Any other dimension? Societal impact, economic impact. We have discussed societal, so there's no major societal impact.
Yeah, I think
Good,
so.
Yeah,
Let's move
guys.
on to the next topic.
So what shall we do the
I
next?
think we
China and Modi. Modi's China visit.
Let's do it quickly. I think we have discussed enough in the
yeah.
last
Yeah.
episode.
Do you want
Yeah.
to Momo? Do you want to discuss any other topic?
No, I think we had a good discussion.
Let's discuss this
I could
China.
also speak today, maybe because of
Let's discuss this China topic shortly. So our prime minister visited China after I think seven odd years, 7 or 8 odd years for the STO summit, and there was a camaraderie between him, Chinese president, and the Russian president. So which may be a signal to the US that we also uh, can form alliances other than the Western uh, alliance. So it's a good thing. And
Yeah.
exactly after the summit, China held its I think World War parade, victory parade. Shows its military might, that parade, with major tech arsenals, missiles, laser
Yeah.
weapons, drone weapons, array of
I think
weapons, high-tech weapons.
many American observers were also surprised by
Surprised.
these. So even they were not aware of some of these high tech things that China showed. So yeah,
Exactly.
they were also taken by
And
surprise.
did they also made some statement on Taiwan? I don't know. Means not during may not be during that parade, but I just read somewhere now.
They have not named
He said to US that
Taiwan specifically, but they
Taiwan, like
they
he said to
they they they,
US.
they have sent a message that
Yeah,
actually what is till now.
They don't interfere.
Yeah. Till now, the US was a major military superpower, right? US has the military might. It can project power away from its shores. It has seven fleet. The U.S. Navy has second largest aircraft after U.S. Air Force. So the China now shows that we also have comparable and even high tech gadgets, high tech aircraft, high tech missiles than you. So don't mess with us.
yeah, that was the message.
It was
I
and
think
I think
from our side, what Modi was trying is basically, I think that we are negotiating with the US right now for this trade deal. We don't want to negotiate from a weaker point. So
mm,
by going to China and by showing that we can also form alliances elsewhere in the world,
exactly
we are trying to negotiate from an equal footing and
equal
not
footing. Yeah,
basically negotiate because they're bullying us. So yeah, I think it's a negotiation tactic that Modi is trying to use, and I think it worked. Trump was also tweeting about
yeah.
yeah,
Softer
tweeting that
instance.
photo of
That's what I was going to say.
yeah.
I think it
So
has
I
worked
think
also.
yes, I think Trump was sort of impacted by that. So I think it's a it's a good tactic.
Good tactical move.
Yeah.
And what do you guys think about the rise of China? China has seen as in a decade has achieved what US has achieved, I think, more than 50, 70 years.
I know.
The kind of high tech arsenal that China has, it's mind blowing. It has ICBM that can hit entire planet. It can cover entire planet and anywhere. Only few, I think, Russia, US, and China
Yeah.
has that ICBM
I
intercontinental.
was listening to an interview of one of our retired Indian naval one of
Officer,
the officer at a very high level who's
admiral,
retired now. I'm not sure, maybe field. I'm not sure about the rear admiral or something like
rear
that.
admiral,
I'm
I
not
think
sure. Yeah,
second in command.
yeah. He's the father of one of my friends. Um, he was talking about the naval rise of China, like how in a very short span of time, China became a naval superpower, like coming from not even a regional naval player. Like China was not that big of a naval player. I think we had more
Yeah,
carriers than China maybe 15
China.
years
Yeah,
back and so on. China did not really have a very powerful navy, and within the span of 15 years, they are competing with the US. And he was talking about China's maritime trade, like because China is such a big trade superpower, like they have to build a lot of maritime ships, like the trading ships and vessels and so on. So they started building those kind of commercial
mm,
ships and started gaining technology
insights.
of that kind of shipbuilding, and very quickly they used that technology and that know-how to grow on the naval side and start making submarines and whatnot. So I think he said that we also should go the same route, that we should first build our trade shipping muscle and make shipyards and whatnot, and then use yeah, that know-how to increase our naval power.
But
So yeah,
you missed
China is a
the
very
example. Yeah, the example you gave, na, it applies in every sector, not only in defense. The China has and started with something else, but gained inside and become something else. So that's why I'm saying I'm coming back to that social media and Atmanirbhar Bharat. So we have to build our capacity. We have to build our own thing. It may not be good at first, but we'll gain insight. We'll do some and we'll do some better work. We'll do higher quality work and higher order work. That's I think that's China
Yeah.
has that's
See, because if you see, okay, anyway, like we have the adworks in our, but social media don't have ads, right? Or they have it. They have it.
they have it at
So it's only
they
ad.
are thriving in ads.
No, because why I was saying like we have our this televisions and all, okay, but this social media if we have of our own, this ad works all ad rated revenue, which is very high volume and high amount. I think that will also be getting into the pockets of India.
Obviously,
Yeah, it's a very
exactly.
profitable business. If we can crack it, we should crack it. Yeah.
But I don't get it. Why haven't we cracked this? Because I think competition is.
I don't think anybody has tried seriously.
But the gold. What is the golden rule of economics? Supply and demand. If there's such humongous profit, why don't people build this thing? Is it hard? It's
It's
not
very.
hard.
I think it's one of those markets which is very hard to
See,
crack. There's so much profit, like, and everybody sees it's not just an Indian thing. Even American people, American companies see that there is so much profit to be made in
Hmm.
these markets, but it's just hard to get into. Like, look at Nvidia. Like, Nvidia's
if you
profit
see,
margin is 75% or something. Like, it's such a profitable business, 75% profit margin. And there are many startups who are trying to beat Nvidia. They just
but
can't.
Nimish,
Yeah.
It's just
on
very hard to.
Nvidia.
Nvidia,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would add
You can't beat
on
Nvidia.
Nvidia. I would like to add one thing. If you just read the recent, I mean, I just read something about recent news, what the CEO or some high level person only said that the top three customer,
Yeah.
no, so for that quarter sales report which
I
was there,
think 40,
so
40
almost like
million.
60 means more or less like what I was understanding is like more than 60-70 percentage business was there from the top three people.
But more
Yeah, there
that
are
that
big
That
but
was
players.
so high,
that happens in every industry,
so high.
na. It's Pareto principle. 80
No,
80% of
it's always a risk.
80% of profit will always come from 20% of the customers. It's Pareto's principle.
It's
Maybe it's Pareto's principle to the extreme.
eh,
Maybe it's to the extreme, but yeah, yeah,
No, but
I
why
I
does it
agree your
matter?
point.
see
Why
that
does it
20
matter?
percentage should also be distributed, huh?
No, no, but why
No,
is this
because
important? Why is this relevant? Uh,
Dependence. Because our profit are dependent
it's a
on
risk. It
one
no,
or
matters
but
a lot.
two.
I'm
Yeah. So more, what you were saying?
About no, wow, means okay. Maybe okay. I actually diluted the diluted his point. It was more about profitability and doing the business. I just jumped on to Nvidia. That it's it's his own business itself is like very much dependent on three customers. But definitely, if it talks about overall business, then it's a profitable and everyone should do it.
Okay. Sure. Sure. So let's come back to the topic. Uh, let's discuss China some more. The rise of China with this showcasing event of China's military might. What do you think? How do you think it will impact India and India's interest? Because up till now, India and China were more like enemy than friends. Uh, even after this summit, there's some still some
I think on the land thing, yeah, it didn't got any means. Most of the things maybe on the trade would have been worked upon, on the resumption of flights, visa that has been worked upon, and also maybe like. But I think on the land thing, it's still on.
yeah. They have also said na the mutual statement that we have to be we have to be. I think some word there. We have to be. We have to address both the issues. India should not use other country to uh, 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 this bully China, and China should also not use other country to attack or bully India or whatever. So we have to mutual understanding about our
Yeah,
sovereignty and
bilateral.
interest. Yeah, uh, that kind.
True, true. I think that's a big step. I think at least it's a good step, you know, because we cannot say that things cannot be worked out. See, I don't know, like because over a period of time it has to work out. It has to
It
work.
has to.
We cannot be always enemy. Diplomatic relation has to be maintained.
Yeah.
May not be very close ally, but no, we cannot be completely shut off. See, that's now. If you see even America now, slowly they have daily they are. Trump is also making statement that okay, we are going to do a very good thing.
Yeah, India is
We are going to work out
PM is our
somehow.
PM is my
He has
good
now.
friend, very good friend.
Yeah, because he know that it cannot go for very long.
Hmm.
It's so today also I think he was saying somewhere like our relation because of this price, tariff and all. Because Europe is not doing anything. He wants Europe to further sanction it. Now today he was mentioning that it's Europe problem, but so they also have to do it. We, we have done it, and our relation has been reduced. He like completely stated that. So because over a period of time anyway, some consensus has to be made. Because if you see, even he is dealing with Russia. So if somehow this Russia Ukraine goes okay, then eventually India will again be within their normal thing.
Sure, sure, sure.
So with respect to China, now coming to the China thing, like so at least it's a good step that after 7 years at least we had a thing, and it was not like if you see a lot of comparison was made with Pakistan, like there was a lot of meme with Pakistan PM, but that how low he was, during the entire summit and all like. But if you see about India, I think he had a good going there also. He had a good image, I would say,
Hmm.
as a prime minister.
Hmm. So
But
do you
no
think
prime summit.
do you think that India and China should continue their relation even after
Yeah, definitely
making with
they
deal?
should.
Yeah, yeah. I also agree
Yeah, yeah,
that
definitely they should maintain the diplomatic
India or
relation
China cannot be
further
enemies.
improving.
Yeah, India or China cannot be enemies,
Yeah,
as China is a rising superpower and India is I think future superpower. So I think and also we share a border. Also we share the border. So we have to maintain the peace and decorum of a neighbor at least, if not friends,
true.
right?
And if you see, and now it's like more because even Trump agrees because somewhere whatever he thinks, I think he writes. Because he knows that because of him only, these three things. Because now he's seeing there is an equivalent. If these three are combined, the equivalent superpower of compared to US. Because he cannot do all the sanctions and all will not work if we all are dependent on each other. So this trade improvement will also happen. The trade deficit which we have with China, that also should improve going forward. So definitely the all our whatever America dependency is there, if we have some more additional demand in China, something can be flowed there. So we don't know, but at least we need to have some good understanding. And I think okay, Russia is also there, so as a third, like ultimately it should be bilateral only everything, but with Russia, since I see them, okay, they are more pro China, but still India, China and Russia, if they all three has a good relation, it should go very well against US
Exactly.
because they are doing lot of bullying. I think US is doing lot of bullying.
Exactly.
Yeah, good
So
thing.
okay, so more do you want to add any more to this topic?
No, no.
Okay, so
I
let's
think it's a good start
yes, a good
by
start.
PM Modi.
Agree, absolutely agree. So with that, we are closing this podcast, guys. Bye, bye, bye,
Yeah,
bye. Good night.
yeah.
Have
Thank
fun.
you. Bye.
Enjoy the weekend.
Night.